Welcome to the Wellness on Tap podcast with your host, Dr. Debs Eastwood.
And that's what the podcast is about, is having conversations with people and finding out why they're doing what they're doing, really, what their backstory is, where they come from, what drove them to do it. Because that's fascinating.
Yeah, it is. And also that person, me, you, sometimes we don't understand why we're doing certain things. I don't know how I've arrived here sometimes from that little girl that was, in those days, nobody diagnosed ADHD. I was climbing the walls. I was creative, light bulb, this, that. And nobody had hope for me, Parents did, but...
Yeah.
So you arrive somewhere in life and you think, oh, what journey.
So you were one of those kids at school that never sat still, I guess.
I was terrible. I was very nice, but I was on the go. I always had to be creative, didn't know why. But my brother's a lot older than me, he's 72. Well, he's not a lot older than me, but he's older than me. So when I was born, he was 11, and he just has memories of me being a complete nuisance. I mean, we're good friends, but a complete nuisance, and that nobody could ever watch TV. You were handstanding over the TV, you were doing this. I can remember all of that. And I said to him, I just have always been that way. I mean, he thinks I should retire now because, come on, you've done enough. And I'm like, I'm just getting started again.
Yeah.
So, and I said, what did Mum and Dad really think about me being... When I look back, I mean, I was really, really busy. How my parents coped with me, they didn't know any other, really. My brother was laid back and I was hyper. And he said, they never said anything, they just got on with it. We all got on with you being in the house.
That look on your face is a picture.
Yeah, but it's still there. I can chill a little bit more, but I'm not one to watch TV much or settle down. My partner's complete opposite. I would say in a way always working, or I'm always developing me, what I like in life, what I want in life. Growth, Not always about money, but growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, I guess, the scattiness, because it's who you are, manifested itself in school as well. And did you settle into a job or a business fairly easily?
My dad was an entrepreneur in engineering. He was a great designer of, I just imagine you would call them conveyor belts. But the days when cars were not made by robots, he designed all the conveyor belts for Vauxhalls. So he had an engineering company. Mum was the typical stay-at-home. She was the Northern Yorkshire lass. So he was in the army, and then they moved down here and had my brother, and then 11 years later had me. My brother said my father was very strict, but he wasn't really necessary with me. He did have his rules. So brother said it wasn't fair, But I was a little girl, So he was always about education, do well, go to school. Mum was the opposite. You learn more in life. So there was always that conflict, maybe. Didn't know it was conflict.
No.
Don't think they argued about it. But I'd say to Mum, maybe early teens, like, I don't feel well, I've got a tummy ache, Mummy. Oh, just stay off. We'd do some stuff together. Where Dad would come home at lunchtime. He had his own business. What's she doing here? Get back to school. So that's all I had, really. But I saw my dad work very hard, and I saw the stress that he had. Sadly, he died at 59.
That's sad.
He had 2 major heart operations within 11 months of each other. He went down in Guinness Book of Records, apparently. Open heart surgery, the whole lot. So but I think I learned a lot from him. And probably because if he wasn't pushing me a little bit, I don't know what would have happened. So I had to do well because Dad wanted me to. But not great grades, apart from creativity at school.
Yeah.
Those are the days we learnt shorthand and typing.
Oh, do you know?
Yeah. People say to me, what was that? I was amazing at it. Amazing at it. And I ended up going to business school. He sent me to business school. And I ended up going into secretarial work. Do they do that now? I don't even know. But I did have a really good job in the end with Whitbreads. Really good job. Yeah, so that was there. But I didn't have any true desire to be in business myself. Although I got married at young at 19. My husband was about 24 and he was a builder. And I had this idea one day he was going to leave his job. So I didn't realise I was doing it, but I set up a building company that is now going. He's died 4 years ago, sadly. And because of that, my kids have now got some very good inheritance.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't know I was entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
But that I got initially. I mean, I gave my shares back when I got divorced. Very amicable, great relationship we had to the end. But it was me that pushed him into it with a friend and a business partner. So that was probably my first taste of it. But I was still working for Whitbreads then, so I wasn't too sure. I just knew there was a future, that we wanted security for the future.
Yeah.
You know, that was it really. So that was probably my dad's side of it, you know,
Yeah,
rather than mum,
sounds like,
you
yeah.
know. But very active, very, very shiny object syndrome, creativity, yeah.
Amazing. It sounds like there was some motivation there to get hubby out of off the tools.
I could
as
see
they say.
potential. I could see potential. And I just thought, well, my dad had his own business. We can have our own business. And that was it, you know. And I was earning a good salary for a 23-year-old. I suppose I was at that point, or maybe a little bit younger. No, 23. And I just said to him, go and speak to your friend. Let's get going with this. And I said, well, I can carry the mortgage. We had a big mortgage. If you remember, 80s, it went up to 70%.
Oh, yeah.
That was tough. And I just said, let's just go for it. I can cover the mortgage for about 3 months. Just go and get one big job. So they got a big extension, and that was it. It just took off.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So, yeah, we used to sit on the floor with an old calculator doing the VAT, ringing up councils. So we managed to get in with lots of councils and tendering. So
that lit a fire in your belly by the sounds of things.
Oh, yeah, I did, because I wanted him to earn good money and not work for somebody, you know.
Yeah.
Because I wanted babies eventually. So, yeah.
So was that next then?
Yeah, well, 19, I got married. 25, my son came along. Wasn't too well before then. Dad had died at 23. So I got glandular fever. I had to take over everything, deal with, Mum was at home. So I had to deal with the business, and it was a lot for a 23-year-old to deal with.
Yeah.
But I took it on because my brother was like my mum, quite laid back, and I was like my dad. So I took it all on, closed everything up and sorted things out. And I just knew that in time I wanted, you know, some children. So it wasn't until we could get established with the building company. So, yeah, I did. 25. I wanted them earlier, but which is a good job I didn't really. So 25, like a lot of ladies, you have a miscarriage, first of all.
Oh, bless you.
And then my now 36-year-old son came along, Elliot.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was lovely. Really, really lovely. A very hard pregnancy. Lots of things. I was poorly in many ways. 5 stone went on unnecessarily. Nobody knew why. What was wrong with me? They just said I ate too many pears. You know, but you know, back in the days, how cut back on your fruit or cut back on something, you're putting on a lot of weight. I was a really poorly girl. But we got there in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he came along.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So when did the interest in your health come? Because it sounds as though you'd had a couple of health hiccups through either your own journey or close family's journey.
My brother said to me, I've always been a sicky child. I can't remember that. He said you were born with a sicky eyes. You couldn't see out your eyes. Dad was bathing your eyes. You've always been a sicky child. I can't really remember that. I was like any other child getting measles and things. And then after he was born, my son, I went downhill quite quickly. Couldn't lose the 5 stone. They just said it's post-depression and everything. And so that in the end, I had my doctor at the time was quite supportive, and I became very debilitated. So I had to stop breastfeeding because I couldn't deal with that. And my husband, who's the builder, getting up at 5 a.m, had to deal with the baby and feed him. And it was a struggle. You know, we're going back into when was he born? 1989, long time ago. And in those days, they didn't test for things like thyroid when you're pregnant. But what it did, it opened me up to, they started to correct that eventually. It took a year of being debilitated. But it didn't make any difference, not much difference with the thyroxine. Levels were okay, but it took some time. So while this was happening, I would never have thought of doing what I do now. Never, you know, I was 25, 26 then. But I knew the business was able to carry me while I didn't work, or if I wanted to go back to work. So it went on and on and on. And then eventually my GP said, I think you've got something called post-viral syndrome. He said, as doctors, we don't normally believe in yuppie flu. Yeah, this type of thing. He said, but I got ill with the flu or glandular fever. He said, I was in bed for 6 months. So I sort of have an understanding of where you are. So he sent me off privately to be assessed. It was very hard to find the right type of assessing then.
I bet.
Yeah, so I did get assessed and he said, you've got ME.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That explains a lot then, doesn't it?
Yeah. I said, well, is it not the thyroid? He said, the thyroid hasn't helped, but what's happened is you were dealing with your dad, you got stressed, you had glandular fever, you had a miscarriage, bad luck. And then you got a thyroid problem, nobody identified or listened to you. That's level now, but it's opened you up. This is why you are where you're at. So, yeah, tough time.
Yeah.
I couldn't drive for 2 years.
Which doesn't help your mental health at all, does it?
Oh, God, it was terrible. Support my mum. She'd retired then. Well, she went out to work when Dad died to get out and about. But then she would help what she could. And the poor husband, honestly, 5 o'clock, feeding a baby through the night. And they didn't have these Tommy Tippy machines then. It was going to bed with a flask of hot water to heat a bottle. Poor him. He was brilliant, really, really brilliant. But he was like, he didn't know what was going on, really, because he tried to get me out of bed in the morning. Sometimes I couldn't get out of bed. I had to be, it got worse, really worse. And the weight wouldn't go. So it was, because I couldn't move around a lot. So, so it was one of those days where people thought you were a bit cuckoo. Yeah, yuppie flu.
Yes.
City corporate person type of busy person gets that type of thing. As you know now, it's highly recognised. But I was determined not to stay like that.
No, you don't strike me. I mean, I've known you, not well, but I've known you for a few years now, haven't I? And you have never struck me as being a person that will settle for something if it's not where you want to be in life.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I never thought about business at that point. When you're laying in bed most of the day and all you can just do is go to the toilet and come back and you've got this baby. I mean, I could get down the stairs on my bum. It sounds ridiculous. Carrying the baby. And they used to have these like bouncy things, don't they?
Yes.
Babies still couldn't move, the bouncy thing. So I put him in that, and we were in the house where the toilet was upstairs. But it was an open plan stairs. So I could go to the toilet, get to the top, but I couldn't get back down. The good thing is, with it being an open plan, I could sit and watch him, make sure he was all right. I couldn't get down. I had to wait till I had the energy to get down. That's how that's how debilitating ME can be.
Yeah.
And then I found more people that had it. A girl of 6 debilitated in a wheelchair, sadly. And the pharmacist near to me, she always didn't look very well and looked tired. And one time I went in there, nearly fainted, and she said, what's going on? I said, they've diagnosed me with ME. She went, Tracey, I've got that. I've had it for years. So, it's that communication. Then she said, right, let me tell you about what you should be eating, what you should now be seeking. So that was the start of me. There is another route to get better because the medical world can't help me. And that was it.
I love these chance, or as I used to think of them, universe-driven, I now think, communications.
Yeah, communication, share. A lot of people, I wasn't, a lot of the other families, the family relatable, they just thought, it could be getting attention and everything. So it was the start. But what I did daily, so people do this now. A lot of people do this side of visualization. I didn't know I was doing visualization, manifesting. So all I could do most of the time is lay in bed, close my eyes and manifest a beach, the sun, because I wasn't really going out. I was like stuck in the house so much. So I thought, I'm going to get there. I didn't know if I was going to, but the manifesting was the sun on the beach with my mum and my little boy.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I had to do it.
Yeah.
Because what else could I do apart from look at the walls and be in there? I couldn't even pick up a kettle. I didn't have the strength to pick up a kettle. So I did that a lot, but it got to a stage where I wasn't really getting any better. And I wouldn't say I was overly religious, Christian and everything. And I just said to God, I said, if you don't help me get better soon, I'm ending it.
That was how fed up you were. Yeah. That's a low place to be, isn't it?
Yeah. Could have been mindset because things started to change. Yeah.
Good.
It was tough.
Yeah. Do you think, looking back, that it was an important part of your development?
Absolutely.
Going through that?
Absolutely. Whether it's the right word, it was a catalyst.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, because I started to get better because I was going to a healer. I was having acupuncture every week. I sourced a French homeopathic GP who used to come over to these wellbeing centres. Wasn't many of them then.
Mm.
He looked at my bloods. He looked at homeopathy and other alternatives that I should take. I mean, I had a whole drawer of this stuff. I did eat meat at the time. I haven't eaten meat for years now, but everything had to be organic. So back then there was one company doing it. So we had to make sure every food was organic. He got me eating garlic cloves and olive oil wrapped in lettuce.
Oh my goodness.
We know what that does now, but I had no idea back then. So with that, coupled with anything I could source or receive on the wellbeing side, on the alternative side, because the medical side wasn't prepared for this.
No.
So that's what I did. And gradually I got better and better and better. It's never gone, but I got better.
Yeah.
And and I could take over more. And I started to drive a little bit. It was 2 years gone by, so it was brilliant, yeah. And we did end up on the beach.
Yay! Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, so manifestation, it's mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the catalyst. So what happened after that? School, as I said, just odd grades, good at shorthand and typing. I thought, I'm going to do something else. So I wasn't well enough to go back to that job, so I had to leave a very, very good job at Whitbread's. And I thought, never got on at school. Didn't like teachers. They didn't understand me. I'm going to become a teacher.
To try and change it from the inside. Yeah.
So I had to go and get my A-levels and night school and all of that. It took a long time because I'm still recovering, but yeah, that's what I did. And then I thought, I'm going to do my basic teaching. What are you going to teach? Software. I'm going to learn coding and software. Don't ask me where this came from. I just taught myself all the things that I could have learned maybe at college or other places. So I did. And it started. That was the catalyst, being poorly.
Yeah.
Would it have happened? Probably. Or maybe I've been more involved in the building side, but
maybe
I had a point I had to do. I was on that. That's it. Didn't know where I was really going, but I've got my life back.
Yeah. So you're moving away from pain.
Yeah, moving away from pain and still very much into the holistic side, the well-being. Yeah, definitely. And I did. And I got better and better. Went to uni, did my teacher training there after my first one. And then I thought, right, okay, software's very big. I'm going to open up a training academy.
Ah. So did you work in teaching for a long time, or did the academy come fairly soon?
It was always part-time because I had, by then, 2 children. Another one came along, Ashton. And it was always part-time, but loved it, loved it. I trained in software, front-end software and business skills and stuff, and would teach that as well. And I utilised those skills to go and set up a training academy by the London Luton Airport. Ah. Yeah. I just thought, why not?
Yeah.
There's a skill gap, so that's what I did, yeah.
And that's the sort of ADHD in us, isn't it?
I didn't know about that then. Did we know?
No.
Did we know?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We were just busy kids, weren't we?
Nuisance. I was classed as a nuisance, lovable. My brother said, you're a real nuisance, but you were such a lovable nuisance.
Yeah. Yep, that sounds about fair, doesn't it? Yeah. And like you've said as well, that classic phrase, the shiny object.
Oh, gosh.
Just can't help but chase it. It's magnetic completely, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got to feel it. You've got to really feel it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the best, next best thing. But no, you've got to be sensible about it. But I really feel it. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did very well. I managed to win the big London Luton International Airport contract. And,
wow, well done.
Brought in management leadership people, and we did soft-end training and business management training. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But
That just sounds really important.
it is, isn't it? But when I think back, I thought, yeah, I really enjoyed doing all of that and bringing people in to do the training. And, you know, from the CEO of the airport down to everybody was important at that point when London Luton Airport was owned by somebody else. It was the CEO at the time, he knew everybody's names, believe it or not, because my brother worked there as well, down to the cleaners. You know, they had to have some training. It was great. You know, it was really purposeful. But the divorce was happening then, sadly. You know, we were still good friends, but the divorce was happening, so it was time to sell it, so I sold it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you were looking then for something else to do?
Where do you want to start?
Wherever you like,
I could have time
lovely.
off. I had time off for a while just to settle and you know and do things. So yeah, I thought, do I want another business? You know, do you need to do another business? What do you want to do, Trace? And I thought, I just want to work for somebody for a while. I haven't worked for anybody since I was at Whitbreads. You know, you've built the business up, the building business. You've now done your teacher training, and you've had an academy. You know, what do you want to do? So I applied. Remember Yellow Pages?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when Yellow Pages was the main thing.
It was the thing, wasn't it?
I thought, do you know what? I can sell. So, yeah, I got through their tough interviews, really tough. And, I became a salesperson for Yellow Pages.
Was that selling individual advertising space?
Business pages. Remember Talking Pages?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went into all sorts of businesses. I loved it. Beautiful car, great benefits. I thought, this is great working for people. Yeah, got promoted, got higher, you know. But there's only so long you can do sales, in my opinion. It burns you out. So, you know, there were long days. Most days I was travelling maybe 150 miles a day and seeing about 7 clients. So it was
That sounds exhausting.
Yeah, but it was brilliant. And everything that I'd learned and achieved so far in life, it was the right time for that. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. It was great. And then I earned very good money, great bonuses. It was a great company to work for. Absolutely. Great times. And then I decided I would leave and look after my mum, who was ill at the time with COPD. And obviously I was sensible with money. I had plenty of money to keep me going, for, you know, fund the house and everything else. So looked after my mum. And then, you know, when she left this world, it was time to take a deep breath again. Dad left when I was 23. Now I was, 39 maybe?
Right.
So it was time to really sit and think about everything, experience, and kept coming back to health and well-being. So it's really quite, when you think about it, it's like, hold on a minute, you've done sales, corporate, and well-being and spirituality. You know, what are you? You know, it was a bit of like, what are you, Tracy? And I just thought, well, you're that, whatever you want to be.
But all this just sounds to me, I mean, I agree with you, and I felt exactly what you're feeling. But it sounds to me like the skill sets that you'd acquired along the way are absolutely priming you to go for it and be amazingly successful.
You forget about those. I have to, like, at a certain age, you start questioning, are you good enough for whatever you're doing now? Are you good enough for this type of world? I mean, I don't mean anything departing the world, but what are you now? And, you know, you have to think, or I get reminders. People say, Tracy, don't think you realise what you've done. So the skill sets are so important. But equally, if somebody starts a job when they're 20 and then they retire at 55 and they've been in that same job, it's like people say, well, how can somebody stay in the same job all their life? But if that's right for them,
we're all different, aren't we?
It's all different. You know, it's just different paths. We're different beings, different path. We go along.
Yeah. But I wonder if for me, what you've just alluded to about asking yourself if you're good enough is because we're always starting something new. Yeah. So we're always at the beginning of something and question, how can I do this? Yeah. And we don't look back and think, well, I've done this in sales, I've done this in teaching, I've done this in setting up a business. So I've got all the skills I need for this. Yeah. I'm just putting them into a different vessel. But I have all the skills, but we don't see it, do we? We're not very good at that.
No, not really, no. No, I have to remind myself, But I think also touching just briefly on menopause can create those doubts or questions about where you're at, different decades, different challenges or different things, So I think, oh, shut up, Tracey, for God's sake, just get on with it, If you climbed a huge mountain before, you can do, anything really.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was tough losing Mum. She was a great support to me while I was travelling with Yellow Pages, doing this, doing that, Poor woman. She was brilliant. She was a great Yorkshire woman.
Did she help with the kids?
Yeah, she was brilliant. I could not have done any of that without my mum. The university, my baby was 3 months old, and I just announced I've enrolled on university. Can you have the baby? Breastfeeding. She's like, what am I to do? But she never said, don't, no, I'm not doing it. So I could never have gone to the uni to do that. I could never have gone to work for my own business or Yellow Pages if my mum wasn't able to pick the kids up from school.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I did pick my kids up from school, but there was times when mum would do that.
Yeah.
So support system's so important in life.
Yes.
I was very lucky to have that.
Absolutely. And that's something else that we've got in common that I didn't realise. I started med school when my youngest was 3.5 months old, and I was still feeding her.
Yeah. We do it though, don't we? We get it done.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no problem. I'll express some, Mum. And if I'm late back, I'd have to, the university was in Luton, so I was lucky. I wasn't away at university.
Yeah.
So I'd be driving quickly across town to get to my mother's house. And she'd be standing at the door waiting, thinking, hurry up, do a bit of breastfeeding, and then I'd go off again. So, yeah.
Yes.
It was just
I remember a couple of times being in class and clearly hadn't expressed as much as I should, and looking down and going, oh.
Yeah, oh dear.
Have I brought another top with me today? I do hope so.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we get it done. As long as babies are fine, they're cared for, they're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I wouldn't have done it had I not known that she was going to be with.
That must have been a real challenge, because med school, it's full time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting. And like you say, people were saying to me, how on earth, are you doing that? And I'm like, well, you just do, don't you? Very much like you just said. You just do.
Yeah, just get on with it, because it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Get excited about it.
Yeah, that's
you have to consider family. You have to consider people around you. But if they're there to say, if it's what you want to do, here she is going off again, doing something else. And if it makes you happy, yeah, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, very fortunate to have her. But with her leaving, that was tough, because my brother and I felt like orphans. We're grown-up people, He was like, was he in his 50s then? And I was 39, 40.
Yeah.
So we're grown up, but you felt like orphans then. So I was, again, in a good position where I could take my time to think about what I'm going to do next. And that's where I am now. That was the change. And because I'd been so helped with holistic, with healers, with holistic doctors, it stayed with me forever. So I decided I would go back to college, I decided I would go back to college and go for education to be a holistic therapist.
Ah.
Yeah.
So what did that look like, that training?
Yeah. It was part night school to begin with, then full-time. So the holistic courses were, individual units were aromatherapy, Indian head, hot stone massage, all of those type of treatments. That back then, people wouldn't knew about them, but now it's big. Yeah, so that's what I did and trained, and I loved it. I loved the peace of it. I loved the calmness of it.
Yes.
I loved helping people feel better, because I was one of those once, poorly.
Yeah.
Or just needed that care and that nurturing. So that was the other side of me, you see. That was the caring and the nurturing side coming out, and I loved that. I didn't go and work in a salon or anywhere with that. I sourced somewhere that I used to drive past all the time in a little small town outside of Luton, within Bedfordshire still. And there was this big white building I used to look up thinking, what is that in there? It was called Spectrum. I thought, what's that in there? I was curious. So one day I thought, I must go in there one day and see what that's about. At this point, I was qualified, but I wasn't necessarily I was doing it on family, friends.
Right, yep.
This might sound pretty random, but I woke up one morning and something said to me, go to Spectrum right today, right now.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I did. I got in the car. I was only up the road. Kids were at school. I knocked on the door and they said, come on in. And I went into this place that you were cocooned. It felt like there was angels in there. There was chandeliers. It was warm. It was cosy. It smelt divine, the aromatherapy. And there was a receptionist. I said, have you got any rooms?
Yeah.
She went, oh, we have got a room here. But, the lady who owns this, you've just missed her. I said, oh, can I sit down for a minute and just sit and chat? She went, yeah. And I was just saying, I don't know what it is about this place, but, I'm a holistic therapist. I'm looking to rent a room. She went, yeah, we've got a beautiful room up in the top. It's like a really old building, beautiful inside and out. I went, oh, right, okay. Anyway, the owner come back in. She'd forgot her keys.
Oh, meant to be or what?
Yeah. And she went, oh, can I help you? I went, well, looking for a room. She went, oh, come upstairs. She showed me. I said, I have it. That was
wonderful. And that was it.
That was it. So after mum dying, it was a great time for me to be there because this place cocooned me.
Yes.
It was amazing.
It gave
the
precisely.
I can't explain the daily feeling of being in this building and doing the work I did. So I did. That's what I did. So I was a freelance person working within that family of people. There was Bowen technique. There was a guy doing that. We had healers. I was going to say witches. I don't know if I say witch. I'm not too sure what I could call her, but she was a healer, but she classed herself as a witch. A lot of people think, what's Tracey doing now? She's in this building. There was all different alternative.
I like that. There's a full range.
Yeah. There was allergy testing. Back then, kinesiology, all different things, And there was me working with a Spanish brand of beautiful brands and oils for facials and body massage. And I do this with my fingers because I can feel it.
Yes.
It was beautiful. So I was there for some time. But wasn't able to pay myself well with it.
No, that's a lot of the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. Because I'd taken on the mortgage, given my shares over, took the house, so I got the house and given my shares away. So it was always about being able to manage and earn my good money. So, I took it with me. What did I do after that? Can't quite remember, really. Where did I do? Oh, that was still, there you go. Went back to college. Trained in beauty therapy just to get up to the level where I could, because I had this vision that I would be doing more than beauty therapy. It wasn't quite for me. I had a vision, and I still did the holistic within the family and myself. So, yeah.
So it felt like beauty therapy, this is not an insult to beauty therapists, was more surface level, but you had to be working deeper.
Yeah, because I needed deeper skin science. I could have still done it with holistic, but I just felt, okay, let's just go down this route and see how we feel about it. So there you go. That was where I've arrived now. Because skin, body, wellbeing has always fascinated me.
Yeah. So you have a clinic now. What does that offer? What does it look like, feel like?
Yeah. Well, before I answer that, I did go and buy a clinic salon nearby in a beautiful town because I wanted that experience of being in a clinic.
Yeah.
So I had 7 staff. So it wasn't doing that well, so I bought it and turned it around, and then about 6 years later sold it.
Okay.
But it gave me a good understanding of that front-end client care. So I do reception, do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel what it's like in a salon environment, clinic salon environment, rather than just being a solo.
With you.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I really did. But it was time to sell it. But whilst I had the salon, I was also developing myself as a freelance makeup artist.
Wonderful.
Yeah, with a skin background. So, and then eventually, after about 15 clinics I used to go and visit, providing all those services, I started my own by London Luton Airport in 2012.
So, was that quite unusual then, combining actual skin therapy with makeup?
I think because I had the beauty training before I trained in perm makeup, I had that love for skin, facials, understanding the skin, the science behind it. You are what you eat, what you do in your life, your skin will show you. You know, you feel off, feel poorly, your skin will show. So I had that side of it. So the perm makeup has been an amazing journey for me because I became a medical tattooist working with areolas, scarring, burns and everything.
Do you know one of the most interesting ones I've seen, because my daughter's a tattoo artist, and part of her motivation was wanting to go into the areola tattoos and things. Somebody sent us a picture of somebody who'd had like the little finger and the ring finger partially amputated, and somebody had tattooed the nails on the stumps, and your brain readjusts and makes the fingers look like a normal size. How healing must that be for that person? And it really struck me.
Yeah, it is. So I'm a paramedical artist, so I do that. I do areola, probably like your daughter.
She's not at that yet. She's only been 3 years in tattooing, and she wants to get more experience.
Yeah, it's good choice.
So
I left about 3 years before I went into that side of it. So very rewarding.
Yeah,
very different vibe with the clients. Very, very different vibe.
Yes.
So it's an amazing job. But the skin side of it, as I said, as a beauty therapist, I did that side of it. So I trained more and gained more experience for skin, more qualifications for skin. Where the qualifications came from, I don't know, because school, remember, didn't really offer me much. So,
no.
But all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but that point when I was poorly, it was important to have that recognition.
Yeah.
So what I've got now is in a very big building near London Luton Airport. It's part clinic, part academy. So I teach and I treat.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So it's a nice big room. We do teaching there. People that want to learn. People that want to learn the job. But also my clients come there, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to have that space, your own space.
It must be. And I think as a client, I would find it quite reassuring to know that the service I was receiving as a client was under the same umbrella with the same person in charge as was training the new people that were coming up. So that service would continue even if my individual practitioner went elsewhere, decided he didn't want to do it, had kids, whatever it might be.
Yes. Yeah, very important. And it's not something I probably should expose that more to my clients, my clinic clients, and also the people that come in to train with me. I should I do say to the people that are going to train, to be honest, I'm contradicting myself there, is that I do work in clinics still. So it's not, I do maintain my own skills. So, but with my clinic clients, I don't necessarily push that. I think a lot of them are aware of it. My regulars, when I say regulars, the ones with perm makeup and other things, they come yearly or every 18 months. I think they are aware of that. But I don't really talk too much about it, really. Because it's also their time.
Yeah, true.
On the couch, to their time. It's listening. Yeah, listening to them. There's times when they can speak, obviously when there's needles around, and times when they can't speak.
Absolutely.
But I always make extra time for them before and after. And it's...
So what sort of things is that? Is that eyebrows, eyeliner, lipstick?
Yeah, eyebrows, eyeliner, lipstick, lip blush, those type of things. With scarring, I do skin needling on the skin as well, the pills. I put programs together for people, not just like, come and have a pill or come and have a skin needling. Let's look at what you're wanting to achieve, what's going to be achievable, really.
Yeah.
So it's those type. But the perm makeup side, But with the perm makeup also, you can do camouflage on scarring. Yeah, with your device and specific medical grade pigments, which some people say they're ink and they're not ink, but they're similar, and that can help with the scarring as well. So that's what my days are so varied. Yeah, so varied. But I will say recently the I've been doing areola since 2009, and it's one of those that it can go quiet and be a bit busier. But since January, it's gone very busy, which is great, but also it's you think about these ladies, and guys.
Yeah.
It's such a rewarding job. It really is. And it's probably the longest I've been in. So it's 21 years.
So you've definitely settled into something
haven't
then.
I? Yeah.
And maybe it's partially because of the variety of it.
It's the variety, but it's also the nurturing.
Yes.
I like to look after my clients.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we talk about wellbeing. They ask me lots of questions. I mean, I can't, I just tell them what I've been doing on bioidentical hormones and, try to guide them a bit with their skin. So, but the well-being and that nurturing always comes in. Same as when I was in sales. I was brilliant at sales because I just chatted.
Yeah.
Nurtured them, looked after them.
Because in sales, it's so much about the person, the interaction between the two or more humans that are there at the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the product's important or the service, whatever it is, but it's the individual interaction that will sell, isn't it?
It's trust.
Yeah.
Trusting that person. I was never hard sell. I had high targets. I mean, we're talking about millions. But there was no hard sell.
Yeah.
Hope they're not listening.
No.
I brought them lots of money in.
Well, they're not going to complain, are they?
No.
Like you were saying, you clearly did well.
Yeah.
I know. And if you did it by being a human being and a decent, trustworthy one at that, that's commendable.
Yeah. I loved it all. I've loved everything about it. Yeah. Yeah. So I think you've got to like people. You've got to about being with people. You've got to be front end.
Yeah. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
So even though you're settled and have been enjoying this for 21 years, do you see anything further? Or, at some point?
Yeah, I have.
I
have. So I trained to be a coach, mentor. So, and I wanted to help other businesses. So I signed up for the Help to Grow with the government scheme.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah. So I haven't done any of that for a while, but I'm there for people in my industry.
Yeah.
If they need that. So they go through the Help to Grow scheme. And I'm part of the ABM mentoring. So I have been mentoring people in my industry, some outside, about, where they're at with the businesses. Some of it's strategic, some of it's a little bit more consultancy. It just depends. So that side of it is I love as well.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? Like, and going back, it might be, I'm quite eclectic, but I trained last year, not yet qualified as, I'm going to say hypnotherapist.
Bliss.
Non-trance. I did learn trance. So I did all my training last year, done some case studies. This year, I've been busy. Last year, I was very busy. So this year, I'm just finishing that now. That, again, is about the mind. Yeah, it was about the mind, working with people. Yeah, so I'm not sure where that would take me. All I know is it's there. It's something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds as though, from the overview kind of thing, you absolutely still want/need that person-to-person involvement. But that sounds like future-proofing.
Yeah,
what you're telling me is that you can still do a lot of the training without too much, what's the word I'm looking for? Effort almost. Yeah. And the same, you can do a lot of the other things online or, with low impact on you in person. So
I love that. I love that future-proofing. You're absolutely right. It is that. And we spoke before about, you can be so busy with things that you're not really getting any footwear or you're wearing yourself out. I have to always be mindful that I can have relapses.
Yes.
I'm lucky, I touch wood, I don't get too many, but I am can be prone to just be in bed for a few days. I think I'm ill. I'm coming down with something. But it's not. It's just that back to when I was 25 when I got ill. So I have to be aware of that. At this age now, still very young, of course, we both are, but what do you want in life? So future-proofing is absolutely spot on, really, where it is. And you're absolutely right, because now I've got trainers that are freelancers, but I know them well. They are doing some of the training for me.
Yes.
The beauty stuff and all of that. I do more of the makeup training. Only about 10 people a year I do now, one-to-one. So great. I can make more money with more, but one-to-one is what I'm about. I'm about people that are very serious about changing their careers coming into that industry of skin, perm makeup, and helping them and mentoring them, you know, big investment with me to be able to take that next step to be their own boss, to be in business, because, that's what I did all those years ago.
And I don't blame you for wanting to have the satisfaction of knowing that somebody is properly trained. Because my daughter will say to me, there's people that are going to like a weekend tattoo school.
I know there is.
With fake skin, and it just fills her with horror.
Yeah, there's a lot going on out there. But there are regulations that are potentially coming in for that, and also for the injectables. We'll see. It's been going on since 2012, but I think we're getting close to consultation. So you're absolutely right about that. It is busy. I mean, when I started, I think back in 2005, I think there's only like 40 of us in the UK doing it. You know, so it has grown, which is great. But yeah, going back to what you're saying about the future-proofing, yeah. There's only so many people a day you can do perm makeup on.
Yeah.
If you want to do it properly and do it good, you can become quite tired.
Yeah.
And it's been great for me. But, you know, so, yeah, future-proofing, definitely. I like that.
No, I don't blame you, because you see you're a lot like me in that your mind is always creating other opportunities, other paths it wants to go down, other things it wants to satisfy. And so to have something that you can do, that you excel at, that you've been doing for a long time, that fulfills your soul, with not a lot of impact on you, will allow you to do that as well, won't it?
Yeah. Fulfill the soul. I think, that's it, isn't it? Especially people that like to be doing different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or what's next, you know?
Yeah. And if you're searching for a what next that is of an interest or brings you joy, as opposed to, and you're coming from a place of already feeling fulfilled, that's much more of a stress-free, joyous journey, isn't it?
Yeah. I have an ultimate goal: live partly abroad.
Wonderful.
And work here, come back. I have that goal. Yeah.
Somewhere warm?
Yeah. Do you know what? Just Spain. You know, just Malaga in the mountains.
Lovely. Peace, fresh air, nature.
Working from a laptop a little bit, mentoring. Just being part of a community, flying back, seeing the kids, grandkids.
Yeah.
Doing some work here. You know, just life's for living.
Oh, absolutely.
So much. It's been such a journey. It's like, busy. It's just for enjoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my goodness me, you've been through enough. You need time to enjoy the fruits of your labours.
Absolutely. Yeah. Loved it all. Wouldn't have changed anything.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wish you all the very best going forward.
Yeah. And you.
And with your current plans as well. Long may they continue.
Yeah.
Get that qualification finished, etc., etc.
Yeah. Well, I know that we're going to talk in the future, so if anything new comes up, I'll let you know.
Wonderful.
But I appreciate that, and I'm so grateful you invited me on the podcast.
No,
I like a good chat.
And it shows, and it's wonderful. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you, my darling.
Debbie.
Thank you.
Thanks, darling.